Hi, this is Rick Durfee. We see a lot of estate planning or reading of the will kind of things in the movies and on TV shows. We're going to react to some of those.
My assistant's been in touch with Ann Wyman at NYU, and we might move Dad there.
No, he stays here. He gets better here.
Well, we can discuss. We'll discuss and get back to you.
No discussion. I am his next of kin. I am his proxy. I am in charge. Thank you.
By law, in all 50 states, if there are no governing documents that say otherwise, a spouse has the right to make medical decisions on behalf of their spouse. They are the next of kin. The other family members can have opinions, but too bad, pound sand. Mom gets to decide, or the stepmom, whoever she is, or he is, the spouse gets to decide, and the family's opinion just doesn't count. Now, is it wise and prudent and a good family practice for the family to talk to each other? Yes. But when it comes right down to it, who gets to decide? The person with the legal authority, which, if there are no other governing documents, will be the spouse. If there is a medical power of attorney or a living will, those documents may alter that and provide for something else, but absent that, the spouse is in charge.
Sorry, again for me, old chap.
I leave to my son, Edward Horniman.
I'm so sorry. I get it. You're kidding around. Did you? I'm the eldest son. It was all supposed to go to me. What the is this?
Freddie.
No, don't touch me. Don't.
Freddie.
Hearkening back to feudal times when the oldest son, at least in theory, would become the king, some people mistakenly believe the birth order determines inheritance. It does not. Not in the modern real world. What determines inheritance is what the decedent put in their governing documents, which could be a will, it could be a trust. There are other devices, but whatever the decedent said and documents in a legal document, that controls. The fact that you were born first or second or in the middle is irrelevant. And so this pompous person who just doesn't understand reality is sadly disappointed. And maybe his pompous attitude had an impact on why his father did what he did.
Freddie, relax. Don't you start either.
There's got to be some sort of mistake.
I'm the firstborn son. Yeah? That means technically the title goes to me.
There's no such technical requirement. That's a delusion. That is a fantasy that has no place in the real world today.
Law goes back to the Bible, Old Testament, Cain and Abel. It's the will of God. The firstborn son gets everything.
Even in the Bible, often not the firstborn son inherited. Ishmael and Isaac, how about that? How about Solomon, who was not the oldest son of David? He was, in fact, the youngest son of Bathsheba, the woman with whom David had an adulterous affair and killed her husband. So the oldest child inheriting is not biblical in the least sense of the word. And even if it was, the Bible is not the law of the land.
Harlan altered his will a week before he died. He sealed it. He asked me not to submit it to the courts for probate until after his death. So
a will can't be submitted to probate until after somebody dies. You can't submit your will to probate while you're still alive, because a will only comes into effect when you're dead. So that little byline just shows the lack of legal knowledge by whoever the scriptwriter was.
Harlan's assets included
The house.
the house, which he owned outright.
60 million.
Yes, 60 million in various cash accounts and investments. And of course, the real asset, sole ownership of Blood Like Wine, his publishing company. He also wrote up a statement when he was making the changes, and he wanted that read first.
With assets in that value in every country in the world, there would be a substantial estate tax. You would not just inherit all of that money. The government in whatever country you happen to be in would take a big chunk of that first.
Dearest Linda, Walter, and Joni, some of you may be surprised by the choice I've made here. No pleasure was taken in the exclusion, and its purpose was not to sow greater discord in the family, quite the opposite. Please accept it with grace and without bitterness, but do accept it. It's for the best. Dad.
So, Dad, who gets to decide what's going to happen with the property, can decide what's best. And it's often the case that the children don't like what is best or don't agree with what is best, and that's just too bad. Dad gets to decide. It's his stuff. He can do with it as he thinks is best.
I, Harlan Thrombey, being of sound mind and body and yada, 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 I hereby direct that all my assets, both liquid and otherwise, I leave in their entirety to Marta Cabrera. My entire ownership of Blood Like Wine Publishing, I leave in its entirety to Marta Cabrera. The copyright of its catalog, likewise, I leave in its entirety to Marta Cabrera.
So the non-family member gets it all. The children are cut out. Does this happen? Yes. It's pretty rare, actually, but it does happen. And it's binding and controlling. The fact that the children don't like it is just too bad.
No. That's not, that can't be, can I?
Clearly, she was surprised too, had no expectation that this was going to happen. So she was as blown away as everybody else, which is a good sign, by the way.
See that, please, Alan?
That's right.
Please.
This can't be legal.
It's right. He's been,
Oh my God.
he's been.
Aren't there safeguards? Tell us there's a mistake.
I don't know what to say. We're his family, so.
It's not possible. They're safe.
I think it's comical when people spend their inheritance before they get it or think that they're entitled to it. No one's entitled to anything. You go make your own money. If you're focusing on spending the money that your parents earned during their lifetime instead of making your own money, you've got something wrong with you. Go ahead and make your own money. You don't need their money. To be dependent upon them and spending your lifetime worrying about what to do with money that you didn't earn is both spiritually and socially damaging.
My entire net worth today is just over $100 million. That is a pretty hefty piece of bouffe bourguignon. Yeah.
I like the fact that there's a video portraying the will. I've had a number of my clients do that. So they are saying in their own words and their own language, with their own image, this is what's going to happen. That's really fun and effective and a good idea for those that may want to deliver this kind of news personally.
The conditions are that he gets married, that to guarantee that the union isn't some shabby scam, he and his wife remain married for at least 10 years. 10 years? Spending no more than one night apart each month. And that within 5 years, they produce genetically verifiable offspring.
Now, this is actually a good idea, and let me tell you why. Notoriously, the more money people have, the lower their reproductive rates, which is why wealthy families tend to die out. So to perpetuate the family and the family wealth, it's actually pretty reasonable that it be required that the next generation have children. And in fact, in my opinion, one is not enough. I think at least 3 to 5 is necessary for the family line to perpetuate and not die off. So making the money contingent upon actual biological viability of continuation of the family is pretty smart. So if you found these videos funny, which I do, and you might learn a few things about how estate planning actually works, it's critical to avoid some of these comical mistakes and let your attorney know what you really want to do so that it can be appropriately memorialized in your estate planning documents. So if there's something you'd like to hear about or something you feel like we didn't address, we welcome your comments. Our firm is taking new clients. The best way to get in with us is to click on the link below and get on the wait list. We look forward to hearing from you and working with you.